But Brandon, let's move on let's close up the shop here, talking about our picks for this upcoming week. Sooner or later, I'm going to listen to all the ones that we've done, and I'm going to keep a running total. I mean, we've got them. We just got to listen to them and come up with what we have.
So here's what I want to start off this week with. Last week, I picked against Vanderbilt in a very blatant way, saying there is no chance. They're playing Vandy. And what does Vandy do? They get the win, and they make me eat my words.
Mercer also tried to make you eat your words.
And I just want to say I'm coming on here because I'm a man enough to say I was wrong. So the people that called, and I know someone specifically, I can't remember the commenter, said, "You're going to do Vandy like that?" And in my head, I'm like, yeah. And then
you're going to do Vandy like that?
And basically, that was the comment. And then of course I am, because they're not going to win. And they win. So I thought the same thing about Memphis. Thought, UCLA take care of Memphis. You know, they didn't. So... But I called Mississippi State, and I knew I would get that one.
I felt good about it. I also was going to say, Mercer tried to make you eat the words, especially when you said they're not good. I can't even click on their link.
You couldn't.
On ESPN. So I mean,
ESPN didn't even care about them.
And now I'm trying to find that. Oh, here it was. It was Alex Widman. Why are we just gonna disrespect Vanderbilt like that? Their coach is underrated, and they have SEC talent. Plus, all the players are smart.
Yeah, my man knew what he was talking about. I was off base on my comment.
Alex Widman, you got one. You got one on Brandon. 1-0 when it comes to the upset picks. But let's get right into this. Our first game, a Thursday night matchup. I picked them to lose last week. They showed my Illinois Fighting Illini that they were something to go up against. We got the Temple Owls playing the 21 ranked South Florida Bulls. Who you got?
I am going to go with South Florida. I think that so far they've given no reason why not to pick them.
Yeah, this is a basketball reference, but I'm going to say it anyways. Only the Bulls. Only the Bulls. Ooh-hoo, only the Bulls. Yeah, I'm not going against them this week, especially against the Hoot Temple Owls. Then we get a Friday night matchup, September 22nd. The Utah two Utes, ranked number 23, going into Arizona. No way you can pick against Utah right now. Way too hot. Way too hot. And their quarterback in Hurley, 5 touchdowns on the year so far.
Yeah, I'm going to go Utah as well. I know they're going on the road, but I still think, like you said, they're playing too well. I think they'll get the win.
Now we get into our Saturday games. The first one, this one, Brandon may disrespect a team because they're not that good. Number 10, Ohio State, and they are hosting UNLV. Who do you got?
I'm going to go with Ohio State. You can't pick against Ohio State when they're going against UNLV.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to pick the Ohio State University. Then we get a team that we have not picked a game for 2 weeks for. We get to see their freshman quarterback play in a game. We get number 12 Florida State hosting NC State. Any chance the Wolfpack get the upset in this one?
Ricky, you're going to hate me. I'm gonna go NC State. I'm gonna say that the Wolfpack will get the win. I know it's on the road at Florida State, and the only reason I'm saying that is I know Florida State's defense is still there. They're still healthy, but I'm gonna say because they haven't played since that week 1 against Alabama. That's correct.
Yep.
Is that not?
Because their game,
because they had one canceled, one postponed, and now they're playing again. NC State is going to come in there. They're going to be real fresh. Florida State, they're going to, I think, with the new guy, the freshman, no DeAndre Francois, he's going to struggle a little bit. NC State is going to be able to capitalize on the freshman kinks, and NC State's going to get the win.
I'm going to say this is a close one. I am still going to pick Florida State, though, in this one. I mean, I kind of wanted to go upset special in this one, and we are going to have 3 upset specials this week for you. Almost made it 4, but no way am I going to pick against Florida State at home, even though I almost wanted to, Brandon,
Trust
and go
me,
the same side as you.
I don't want to, but the reason being, if Florida State has DeAndre Francois, no chance that NC State's going to beat him. But because you take away DeAndre Francois, a very good quarterback, I'm not trying to take away anything from the I almost said the rookie. From the freshman.
Pretty much.
From the freshman, knowing that defense is still good, but NC State, I think, has a leg up because there is no Francois in the game.
Yeah, I mean, Blackman getting his first start this week. James Blackman getting his first start this week after the 2 games that were postponed and canceled. But the next 2 feature ranked ACC teams. I think both of those ACC teams get wins. You got Kent State going into Louisville. I think Louisville bounces back. They get a win. And then Old Dominion going into Blacksburg, Virginia. They're not going to win against the Hokies. I got Louisville and Virginia Tech. How about you?
Yeah, right down the board. Louisville and Virginia Tech. There's little to no chance that Kent State and Old Dominion will be able to rise up and get them.
Then we got a big one. Is Brandon going to put some respect on that name and pick 3-0 Vandy going up, bringing into town 3-0, number 1 in the nation, Alabama?
No. Now, Vandy, I went against you last week, and you burned me. I'm going against you this week, and you're not going to be able to. Alabama, again, what did I talk about in the segment when we were talking about Mississippi State? You can't just say because Mississippi State has now won 3 games, or 3-0, and they just beat LSU in a big way.
That they're going to beat Alabama.
That they're going to go in and beat Alabama because it's Alabama's defense. You always have to remember that. Jalen Hurts is a great quarterback. He is so difficult because is he going to pass? Is he going to run? And when he's running, can you bring him down? And then all 12 running backs that they have in the backfield, Alabama gets this win on the road.
I think Alabama gets the win, but I think this is going to be a game where in the first half, it's too close for comfort, and it makes Alabama fans sweat. And then in the second half, basically Nick Saban, chews out his team at halftime, and they make a few adjustments, and they run away with it in the second half. However, Vandy keeps it close.
The chewing out goes without saying, right?
Well, yeah, that's a Nick Saban thing. He'll just chew you. He'll chew you like a Rottweiler on a chew toy. He'll chew you up and then spit you out, and you'll score 5 touchdowns in the second half. That's just how it works.
Because you don't want to hear that again.
Then the next one, Clemson at number 2, playing at home against Boston College. Got to go with the Tigers. Or the Tigres, as some would call them.
Yes, you have to go with Clemson in this one. Boston College is going to come in and give it their all, give it the good old college try, but Clemson is going to be able to come away with the win.
Then we got a team we talked about earlier, number 5 USC, first road game of the year in Berkeley, California, playing the 3-0 Cal Golden Bears. Who you got?
USC. There's one of these games. USC is going to wake up, and I know people are going to be like, "But Brandon, they're 3-0." Yeah, but have they been a good 3-0 team? They have not been spectacular, and the rust is still there. They'll shake the rust this week. Sam Darnold will not throw an interception, and it will be a nice win for USC.
This is a game that I'm going to stamp with an upset alert. I think it has the possibility to be an upset. It's not quite an upset special, though. USC gets the win. However, it is getting a stamp for the upset alert. So watch this one closely.
So what do you got? You have upsets and then upset alerts.
No. I have an upset special. That means this one is going to be an upset, and then the upset alert. It's kind of like a tornado warning and a tornado watch, Brandon. That's kind of where we're going with each. The next one, though, that we've got is one of our 3 upset specials for me this week. Number 16, TCU coming into town to play number 6, Oklahoma State. I'm going with the Horned Frogs. Going to beat the Cowboys upset special in Oklahoma.
A lot of people last week thought that Oklahoma State was going to go into Pitt, and Pitt was going to give them a game. And Pitt didn't show up for the game, and Oklahoma State just went wild. Oklahoma State wins this game because who's still their quarterback, Ricky? Mason Rudolph. That kid is good, and he is still my front runner for the Heisman Trophy. Mason Rudolph and company win this one at home.
The thing I'm going with TCU is, yes, Oklahoma State and Mason Rudolph are good. However, watching TCU play, and they've played a quality opponent in Arkansas that I thought would have beat TCU earlier in the year. TCU, to me, this team is not the joke. However, now that I pick them to win, they'll probably get blown out. That's just how it works. But I think that this is one that TCU is going to come in ready to play. We know that the Big 12 don't play defense quite like those SEC teams do, and TCU could get, it might be a 3-point win, but they will get the win against Oklahoma State. Were you going to say something?
I was going to mention, I know people are making a deal of TCU beating Arkansas, but let's remember, Arkansas is not one of the cream of the crop of the SEC.
Still a good team. Still good. A team that people are going to be a lot better than what they showed against TCU. So. Next game we've got, though, this one should be an easy one. 3-0 Toledo going up against a team we also haven't seen in 2 weeks, the Miami Hurricanes in Miami. Who you got? The Hurricanes or the Rockets?
Got to go with the Hurricanes. I mean, come on. Miami's getting the win.
Got to throw up the U every time the U is going to win a game. This next one, though, I almost picked it for an upset special. This is going to be one much like the Vanderbilt game, where I think close first half, too close, makes Michigan fans sweat a little bit. Michigan pulls away in the second half. Michigan over Purdue. However, Purdue shows their stuff early on in the game.
I'm not going to lie to you. So far, Purdue has been sneaky good this year. And they really, I will continue to think this all season long. They should have won week 1 against Louisville. They should have won that game. They should have been able to hang on and win it. But Michigan has looked too good. They're going to go on the road at Purdue. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a close game. But Michigan will end up getting the win.
And the next two we got, these ones I think are easy. They're ranked teams going up against winless teams. We've got number 18 Washington State going up against winless Nevada. I think the Cougs easily get that win. Then number 3 Oklahoma going into Baylor to play 0-3 Baylor. I know it's a conference matchup. Oklahoma, who do you got in these two?
Washington State, I'm going to take over Nevada. Oklahoma's going to go on the road at Baylor. Baylor has not looked good. They have not looked good, and Oklahoma has looked very strong. And Oklahoma and the Boomer Sooners get the win.
Next game we got. We mentioned this game. We talked about it a lot in our third segment. Here is the other Stamp It upset special. Mississippi State, number 17, walks into Athens, Georgia, gets the win over Fromm and the number 11th ranked Bulldogs.
Yeah, Mississippi State, I picked them last week at home against LSU coming into their place, and Mississippi State defended the house in a big way, 37-7 over LSU. They go on the road, they do the same thing. And Georgia, they're no slouch, but Mississippi State is going to get that win.
And then the next two, I think these are easy ones as well. You've got San Diego State playing Air Force. I'm going to go with San Diego State in this one, go with the ranked opponent. However, the line is at San Diego State 3.5. Air Force is a team that played well against Michigan. I will still take San Diego State, and I will take them 3.5. I think they'll win by at least a touchdown in that one. And then you've got LSU against Syracuse. Yes, LSU lost against Mississippi State. They will bounce back against Syracuse. Who do you got?
So for the first game, San Diego State Air Force, I'm going to go with the
upset special?
Upset alert. Upset alert. It's just a watch.
Stamp it.
Only because we saw what Air Force was able to do with Michigan. They were able to hang with them. This is San Diego State. This is a San Diego State team that they're going on the road. They're going into Air Force. And I know what I said last week. I thought Michigan would handle them with ease. But San Diego State they're just one of those teams that's ranked 22 just because. I mean,
they had a good win against Stanford last week.
I'm just saying. They're not going to be 22 when the season's over.
Let's be honest. The only reason this game is so close is because of how close Air Force played Michigan last week.
I just want to be right on this one.
That's all that matters. If Michigan blows them out, then this line of 3.5 San Diego State is nowhere as close as it is. What about the LSU-Syracuse game?
Yes, like you said, LSU did lose, but also we have to remember, yes, Syracuse is still Syracuse.
This next one, though, I'm not going upset special. I kind of wanted to. However, fake ID, just throwing it out there. I will put this as an upset alert, though. Iowa, Penn State in Iowa. That's why I'm giving it an upset alert. But really, I think Saquon Barkley is a big game. Penn State with the win.
Yeah, Penn State's going to get the win here. I mean, they're just too good. The way that they've played so far this season, they're just putting points on the teams that they're playing. Penn State with the win.
Another thing I want to throw out here, this was another bad beats on SVP. So it was the line last week for North Texas game in Iowa was -20 Iowa. Iowa going down, could score a touchdown. Yes, I had Iowa -20. On the last play of the game with 4 yards to go, they take a knee. Game ends 31-14. If you had Iowa -21, you didn't win the money because it didn't meet that. So that was one.
That's evil.
That
that's some evil stuff.
Reminded me of MJD with fantasy football owners. Yeah, fuck you guys. I'll take a knee at the one, bring in the backup, let him get the touchdown. The next game, though, I kind of wanted to pick Missouri, but I'm not stupid.
I think you wanted to take almost all upsets this week.
I'm not stupid. And Missouri, they're a team that I believe fired their defensive coordinator with how bad they've been. I'm taking number 15, Auburn, on the road in Missouri.
Yeah, got to go Auburn in this one. They haven't looked great, but neither has Mizzou. They'll get the win.
Here's my third, though, stamp it, upset special of the week. I'm going 3-0 Kentucky, getting the road at home in Lexington over Felipe Frank and the number 20 ranked Florida Gators.
Felipe Frank's right now, for everyone in Florida, they've already dubbed him the Heisman winner because of the throw that he had last week. He's riding a huge high in this one.
I love Felipe Franks. You want to know why?
Why?
He finally, that was the perfect way for Tennessee to lose. It's like Scott Van Pelt said, Tennessee got Tennessee'd. That's what happened, and I loved it.
He went up, he asked Tennessee if they could just bend over, and then he went and took the horseshoe out of their butt. So Florida is getting the win on the road at Kentucky for me.
And then the last two, Brandon will be well asleep by this time. He don't watch Pac-12 games. We will have,
I'll be up. I just won't be watching
We'll
them.
have number 7, Washington against Colorado. I think Washington gets the win in that one. And then Oregon on the road, number 24 Oregon on the road at Arizona. I got Oregon, both road teams getting the win in the Pac-12 games.
Yeah, I'm going to go Washington, and I'll go Oregon as well. I don't think that there's too much for Washington. Colorado, I think they'll handle them pretty well. Oregon at Arizona State, I think it maybe could be an interesting game, but Oregon's been pretty darn good so far this season. Got to go with the Ducks.
And they were a team coming into this one, you weren't quite sure how good of a team they were going to be under new head coach Willie Taggart. But that's going to do it for our picks. You got one more thing. You were going to say something.
I was going to say.
I heard you.
One team that I thought one game that I thought we'd be picking this week was UCLA Stanford, but UCLA, because the loss at Memphis,
fell out of the rankings.
Fell right out of those rankings.
So that's one where a little tears of not joy, tears of sadness.
A little Michael Jordan face.
Don't get to call that game, but this is where you guys come in and let us know your picks down below in the comment section. And also thank you guys for checking out the Primetime Podcast this week, either on YouTube or if you're checking us out on Blog Talk Radio. Thank you guys for giving us a part of your day. Make sure to check out patreon.com/most valuable podcast. Just a way to support the channel more so than watching our videos, hitting that sub button. If you want to be a guest on the Primetime Podcast, $10 a month. You can be a guest on this podcast each and every month. I want to thank you guys for watching and listening. And as always, have a good day, everybody.